Hey everyone, and welcome to Let's Play Super Fantasy Zone. Go into the options, 3 players, normal, no rapid fire. And I'm going to show you how to beat this game with the least amount of resistance. The only thing that you're really going to have to do on your own, and there's no choice, is the boss rush. Because there's really no secret to that at the end other than just being good at the bosses. But I can help you get through the levels and the bosses in the levels fairly easily. So the first thing you're going to buy is the Big Wing and the Quartet missiles. Jump back into the game. So the point of Super Fantasy Zone, and I think all the Fantasy Zones, but this is the only one I've played, so, you know, take it with a grain of salt, is to destroy these generators, and when you do that, you'll make it to the boss fight. I personally like to hold down the shoot and the missile button, and that way you're just kind of always firing off at your enemies. Level 1 is probably one of the hardest ones to complete, or not hardest, but the slowest to complete. Okay, so we destroyed all those, so now we'll get the boss here. So you're just going to slide under him. Gonna reappear. Same thing, just come down. You might be able to get them in just 2 rounds, but sometimes it'll take 3. And then you want to get the coins as quickly as possible, because they're worth more when they first come out than they are later, so. Do that. Oh, yeah, jump into the shop immediately. Get the laser beam, the jet engine. Exit and make sure you don't get hit. Alright, so the laser beam you can see like fires through everything. The only negative is that you can only use it for a limited amount of time. So it's not going to last you, it's going to disappear, as you can see. So you want to kind of fly through the level as fast as possible. Alright, this boss is pretty easy, but he gave me a lot of trouble the first few times before I really understood it. So you're just going to duck under and go up, and then destroy any one of those turrets, and then you're basically home free. Once you've destroyed one, there's always a spot that you can go in where you can't get shot, so you're good. Alright. So this should... It takes a minute, but it's not too difficult. You can also fire your missiles at them, so you don't get hit too much. Alright. He's almost down. Alright. Same thing. Get the coins as quickly as you can. Laser beam, 3 backfires. Alright, so we got that. So the hardest part about the rest of the levels is just going to be kind of like knowing where the generators are, so that you can destroy them really quick. Once you know where they are and you can destroy them quickly, you're not really in any serious danger. Alright, now this boss is tricky. So he's going to open his mouth and suck you in. And you're going to turn and be careful of his, careful of the shots he fires off, and keep hitting him in the mouth with your weapons. Alright. So for this one you need the laser beam. You're also going to want the super lights, and you don't have to buy the rubber boots now, but I do. 1 thunderbolt. Actually, you can see the super lights help you see a lot better than you could before. Don't forget this one up here. If you're missing one, that's likely to be the one, because the rest of them are basically on the ground. Okay. This boss is not too bad, but once in a while he'll get me, so just be careful. Okay. Just kind of goes up and down and shoots his weapons. But every once in a while, you'll get a, one of the bullets will get by you, or get into you without you really seeing. Okay, not bad. Grandius, level 5. Laser beam. It's easier if you buy 3 backfires again, but you don't have to. Alright. So these are going to start to take a little more time to destroy. So it becomes even more important to kind of know where they are. They also become worth more coins, so you want to catch them if you can, but don't worry about it too much. Alright, so these always go in the same pattern. Come this way. Alright, and then you're gonna 1, 2, 3. Okay, level 6. This one's really tough. Laser beam, shield. This is what the rubber boots were for. So if you didn't buy them now. 1 thunderbolt. I have everything I need. Yeah. Alright. So if you don't have the rubber boots, you can't touch the ground. And you can float above the ground, but it's just easier if you have them. Be careful of those things that spawn around you. If you're gonna get hit, they're the reason I carry the shield, just in case. Boom, boom. Okay, I like to start on the right. Whoa. Just be really careful. For this one, I like to wait until until it pauses with that electric shot and then shoot it. Okay, this one's safe, you can shoot. Okay, we're gonna wait. Oh, I got hit. That's not good. It's okay, we can actually beat this enemy without it's not really that big a deal. That was lame though, because usually I can beat this without losing a life. Oh well. No biggie. Oops. Doesn't help if I fire in the wrong direction. Sometimes it's actually worse to use the lightning on this guy. Because you do what I did. I stood above it and I got hit. So when you die, you lose your power-ups, which really sucks. Like all of them too, not just some of them. Luckily this boss is one of the easier ones to beat without the power-up, so, because they don't really do that much for you. Just not having the speed does kind of suck though. Okay. And it's really hard to get coins if you're not fast. Blech. Alrighty, laser beam, jet engine, quartet missiles, shield. Thunderbolts. That's everything, I think. Alright. Right, left, right. Bam. Alright, keep going, keep going. These crabs take forever and are annoying. Ooh, we just barely did it. This boss is the hardest one to beat without losing, even though I lost the lame one, number 6. But this one's definitely the hardest. If you can't beat him, I would recommend dying right before you face him, like to a regular enemy. And then the shop should appear before you face him, and then you can choose the laser, which will tear him to shreds. But you can also just kind of like trap them. Okay. Only thing we really need is so if you want to go for a high score, buy whatever you need, Thunderbolt, and then you can buy lives. But I'm not going to do that in case like we lose a life here and we need to buy something else back. Got everything. So now we have to do a boss rush. Maybe I can get vengeance against that boss I lost to. Alright, number 1 is done. Number 2. Number 3 is going to be harder because we don't have the back shot. So will number 5. The hardest remaining portion is really the final boss, and we have to face that boss number 7 again. He was tough. But it shouldn't be too bad. Whoop. Okay. Bam. Okay, cool. So this one's going to be tough, and I'll show you the real way that you want to beat him. To make it go as quickly as possible, you want to shoot into his mouth and fire your missiles. So turn, shoot. Just be careful that you don't get hit too much. Or I mean at all, really. It's one hit and you're dead. I guess what I should have said was don't put yourself in too much danger of being hit. His mouth will suck you up or down, sort of. Like, pull you in that direction, so be aware of that. But you can get through them. And unfortunately, the Thunderbolt's not really very useful against him, so it is what it is. Alright. So you want to go 2 on the bottom and then 2 on the top for this this guy. Surprised I didn't take him out. There we go. Alright, now this one's definitely going to be a little more challenging. So now we actually have to stay on him. Which is really frustrating. So you can only hit the one whose eyes are open. Come on! Thank you. Okay, can I get a little bit of revenge here? Because that would be nice. Okay, so that's one down. Don't get too close to that when it's up close. You'll never dodge it. There we go. So if you were to use the Thunderbolt, this is really how you're supposed to do it. Like that. And then get back onto your safe side. And then when you get to the other side, it'll be easier to take those guys out. Ooh, okay. And last but not least, okay, sweet, sweet, sweet. Ha, okay. So now the second to last boss is you. So if you have Thunderbolts left, just shoot him, and then you should go down really fast. And then you get this final boss who can be really easy or really hard depending what like pattern he decides to fly at you in. So just keep shooting him. He's gonna shoot this thing at you. And then he just kind of bounces around the screen at you. Whoa, 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 whoa. This is so nerve-wracking. Okay, I thought he was going to fly directly at me, which was going to be pretty frustrating. Because he will do that, like, just fly straight at you sometimes. Oh, man. Nope. Okay. We're getting so close. Alright, like one more round. We got lucky and he stayed mostly to the right side of us, which makes it easier. For me, anyway. And that's the game. I would read you the end credits, but they're like way too fast for a human to read. So if you want to see what they say, you kind of gotta just like watch. And I'm gonna let that play through to the end, and then I will see you guys next time.